What's the word, my boys? And today we just gonna be going over like a little wish list. I know it's been a while. I'm telling you, the 2K League hold a nigga down. You don't really get to do much. On top of the fact that doing content, playing the game 8+ hours a day, and still like being able to come up with new ideas. Especially when my team is getting pretty bland. Like obviously, do a video on Michael Jordan, then do a video on LeBron, and then do a video on Carmelo Anthony. Even though LeBron and Carmelo Anthony are the exact same card with two different names, it's kind of hard. But we're gonna be going over my wish list just for my team and like my team gameplay as a whole for next year for 2K23. We're gonna start with my thoughts though, so let's get straight into it.
The third seed in Jazz Gaming at point guard from Milwaukee, Wisconsin. It's Splashy.
Should've came in right there, I ain't gonna lie.
My thoughts on like 2K22 as a whole for my team this year was I think they really did their part as far as balancing the cards. I think they did a real good job. I think they did everything they could up to 250. Like there were not just any horrendous broken cards going up to 250. I think they balanced it pretty well, did it as much as they could. Like I don't count the in-game cards, like those weren't out back when people were playing competitively. So you just let that be what it is. But I think they did very good at balancing the game in my team. I think my team was a great game mode until probably around post patch 3. When patch 3 happened, that's when they patched dribbling and made it so when you dribble the ball, you move like this. We call it the snail, where you try to run one way and it slows you down. Like you can see he's going dumb slow. We call that the snail. But as far as I noticed, other than that, no really patches just came and just destroyed my team as much as that one did. So as a whole, I think 2K22's my team. Like I know how to separate gameplay from what my team is, so I'm not like one of those others. Like, you feel me? I know that the gameplay has nothing to do with my team. So my team, as far as I liked everything they did this year as far as balancing content, dropping content. The one thing I do hope that they can add by next year is how Madden and FIFA got us, you can play with your friends versus other friends with your cards, or even I think MLB added it too. But in Madden, I know it's called MUT squads. I hope they add my team squad. So like, say we play right now, I can use my Jokic and you can use your Taco Fall and we can go play versus others, get some rewards, you do whatever you do. So I like that to be added, of course. That would be the main thing that I think will add some longevity to the game mode. Other than that, I think they should add a weekend league type thing to unlimited rather than like loading up 65 games and then loading up however many other games after you load up the 65 games. Like that's kind of horrendous. I actually missed the old 12-0 system where you just had to go 12-0, but I think after 12-0, like Showdown, I think they did what they were supposed to do with Showdown. Like, I wish it was more rewards or like the more games you win, you can continuously do it, but I think they need to add some type of leaderboard so that it's something like you're playing for something else. Like, obviously rewards are good, but like the bragging rights and competitiveness, just like in Madden's weekend league, like you're first, you're gonna let friends know that you were first, which is strength of schedule, etc., etc. On this, yes, you play unlimited. They did add skill-based matchmaking. I get to that in a little bit, but you either play bots or you play good people. If you win or lose, y'all both get the same card and the same rewards. Like, that's all that is. Skill-based matchmaking, I do think that should get taken off as a whole. I don't really skill-based matchmaking. I'm not saying like I want to load up verse bots 24/7, but some of us, like I would say I excel at reading quickly and playing at the same time. Some of us aren't trying to really do that. Like some of us are just trying to play the game. You feel me? Like some of us are just trying to play the game and nothing more. Like and play like as in how it is in draft. Like you load up draft, you're probably not gonna load up versus anybody. In Unlimited, you win 2 games, you literally play versus the best people on your respective server every single time. Like, can you still get the top cards? Yeah, but like you still skill-based matchmaking is a little bit too crazy. I think it should be skill-based matchmaking in a version of the mode. Like if it was 2 versions of Unlimited, which I would say probably the casual one, and like the sweaty one where maybe the difficulty is on Superstar or Hall of Fame instead of Pro, and the game mode is just completely different. The rewards are gassed, etc. I would like that more. And then skill-based matchmaking can be in that, but just like regular Unlimited or like regular clutch time, shouldn't be no skill-based matchmaking. You should be able to load up and do whatever you want to do, for sure. Other than that, let's see what else. Gameplay wise, for things that affect my team, the things I would like to see fixed are 100% chase down blocks. Chase down blocks are ridiculous and the worst they have been in any 2K this year. You literally almost can't go up wide open on the game because you're gonna get met at the rim every single time. You have to either do the stand and dunk thing where you go down here and you just stand and dunk it, or you have to wait for their jump every single time, and that's ridiculous. Two, I think shooting should be a little bit harder. Like, I'm not saying it should be almost impossible to shoot, but I think it's too easy to shoot this year, and I think that makes the game just too malnourished. Like, I think it should be a little harder to shoot as a whole. That's something I like to see in 2K23. Not to where 21 current gen, because then only 3 people can shoot, but just like you can hold defense a specific way knowing somebody's gonna miss, rather than if somebody's open, you just get ready to inbound because you hit the 3, you hit the white, you hit the sniper animation, etc., etc. Let's see, other gameplay things for my team, especially the AI's intelligence. I think, like, man, they're the stupidest they've been in years. Like, the amount of times the corners drop, or the amount of times that if you pump fake or hop step or spin move or euro step, the corners drop, they rotate for no reason. It's like off ball, the CPUs are just dumb. But like, if you let the CPUs guard the person on ball, they play the most defense you've ever seen, which also doesn't make that much sense, but that's neither here nor there for real. I also think the paint should be touched, and if the paint isn't touched, then that means real player percentage needs to be nerfed, because real player percentage in the paint is the most ridiculous it's ever been. Like, you can go up with a 30, a 35, a 42, a 41, or something's gonna go in, where if you have real player percentage off, you probably won't make that as much as, you know, you do with real player percentage. So I think that has to be nerfed for sure. Also, I think that they should not try to gatekeep SIGs. Like, I would shout out Jacob on this one. Like, gatekeeping SIGs gets pretty annoying. Like, they should figure out what the best SIGs are a little earlier. And I'm not saying throw every SIG on it, but having cards with slow jump shots in January, and they also can't even dribble that well, it's kind of annoying to a certain tier of players. Like, I'm not saying everybody should run around like how this year is just everybody now has trace slide on in-game cards and normal fade or trade fade, etc. But like, you should give those to somebody, some point guard. Like, I always think it should be like a Cassie or John Havlicek type player that comes out in my team for sure. See, I said chase downs. Dunk animation should stop being so ridiculous. Like, you should never cock the ball back to your foot. So then it's making chase downs more gas. But shooting, dribbling, I hope dribbling has more variety, because on this game right now you have 3 moves. You have the backwards escape, right stick up, left stick back, right stick up, left stick back. You have the slide. I call it the slide. It's just where the ball's in your right hand. You hold R2. You put the right. If it's in your left hand, you hold R2. You click the right analog up diagonal to the opposite ball hand, and you just run. You just run back and forth. Just keep running. Call it the slide. And then we got the misdirection. Like, it's like 3 moves. It's not a lot of variety. It's pretty easy to guard everybody on this game, because unless you're specifically comboing those things together, like, it's so easy to guard people in this game. So hopefully it's a little bit more variety in 2K23. That'll bring another thing to my team for sure. Another thing that I like to see is domination. Shouldn't be a full 30-minute game. Some of them should be domination triple threat games, like treat them like Spotlight Sims, or just or a mercy rule. Or if you reach, say I gotta get 725 MT, if I reach that, the game should end. Like, instead of us having to play 30-minute dime games for cards that we're only going to be using for probably about a month. Like, that should be changed. Other than that, I like most of the other things. Like, everything. Like, I would cry about RNG, but it's not much he'll be able to do for RNG. But that's basically mostly my wish list for stuff that'll just affect my team as a whole. AIs being smarter, chase downs, shooting dribbling having some type of variety. I want to put some oomph on my dribbling, shooting being a little bit harder, and nerf off-ball defense just a teensy bit. Like, I on-ball a little bit, but of course there are times when you should have to off-ball, but you shouldn't just be able to off-ball for 4 quarters and the CPU literally just gives your opponent a hassle. Like, they should have almost some weakness. Like, just something, just a little bit. You feel me? Like, you shouldn't be able to sit in the corner every single play. Like, if you are clicking on, clicking off, or playing on the hedge defender, that's completely different than you just go sit corner and just watch them do everything. So I think that's probably everything off the top of my head. If I miss something, I'll make sure I get it in like my pro video because I'm doing 2 separate videos for sure. Other than that, I still stream. Twitch is Splashy. Make sure you follow. Stop by the stream, say what's up, say you from my YouTube, etc. If y'all got any questions or anything else y'all want to add to gameplay changes that y'all want to see, make sure you drop them in the comments. But make sure you like, subscribe, comment. That's about everything, man. That's all I can really ask for. But as a whole, if I had to rate this game on a scale of 1 to 10 overall, I would give it like a 5, like a 5.5. Pre-patch 3, I had it probably at like a 9. Overall, though, this game failed horribly, and we lost a lot of content creators playing this game, and it wasn't just for fun. So I'd probably give it like a 5.5, 5.9 type beat. But I love every single one of y'all. Peace.